Once upon a time, in a small mountain village, there was a monk known for an unusual evening ritual. Every sunset, he would ring an old cracked bell that hung in the courtyard of the monastery. The bell's sound was far from harmonious. It wavered, stumbled, and often seemed to clash with the silence of the valley. Yet, people from nearby villages gathered to listen. One evening, a traveler arrived at the monastery, drawn by the crowd and the strange chime of the bell. Watching the monk handle the cracked bell with such care, he couldn't resist asking, "Why ring a bell that sounds so broken? Wouldn't a proper bell serve better?" The monk smiled, his expression calm and steady. "The bell is not broken. It simply speaks in its own voice." The traveler was intrigued but skeptical. He stayed at the monastery for several days, observing the nightly ritual. Each evening, the bell's uneven chime echoed through the valley, and the villagers listened with quiet reverence. The traveler, however, still struggled to understand. One morning, he approached an elder from the village, who had come to hear the bell. "Why do you listen to this sound? It's not smooth or melodic. What do you find in it?" The elder chuckled gently. "We don't come for the sound itself. We come because it reminds us of life. None of us are flawless, but that doesn't mean we have nothing to give. The bell rings despite its cracks, and so can we." That night, the traveler joined the villagers again, but this time, he stopped trying to analyze the sound. He let the chime wash over him, its imperfect rhythm resonating in the stillness. And for the first time, he understood. He thought about the mistakes he had made, the failures that haunted him, and the flaws he had tried to hide. Before he left, the traveler approached the monk. "I think I understand now," he said. "The bell doesn't need fixing. It rings as it is, and that's enough." The monk's eyes sparkled with quiet amusement. Most things in life are like the bell. What we call broken often simply is. And sometimes, the most meaningful sounds come from the cracks. As the traveler descended the mountain the next day, he could still hear the bell's uneven song in the distance. It was no longer a sound of imperfection to him. It was the sound of life itself, beautiful, flawed, and whole. You see, life in your life. Perfection is an illusion. It is our cracks, our flaws, and our struggles that create the melody of a life well lived. Like the bell, we don't need to be perfect to have meaning. We just need to ring. This is DD Motivation Stories. Thank you so much for watching, and stay blessed.